As a day trader, the way you deal with your emotions is one of the biggest factors on whether or not you're able to control your emotions while you're on the chart. And obviously, when you're on the chart, you need to be able to control your emotions because trading isn't about not feeling emotions. You're going to feel emotions no matter what, but it's what you do when you feel the emotion. Everybody has emotions. No matter what, you have an emotion. But if you can cope correctly outside of the chart, when you go in the chart, your self-control and your discipline and your discretion will be as perfect as it needs to be for you to succeed in trading. This video will be me teaching you how to cope correctly outside of the chart and how it will translate into your trading and what to do while you're trading so that you actually can control your emotions. So let's get to it. So we're going to start off with the story. You wake up in the morning and let's say last night you had an argument with your girlfriend, let's say, and you're just not feeling good. You're overthinking. You wake up, maybe she was mad at you and like she said something mean and you just can't stop thinking about it and you have to be on the chart and ready in 30 minutes. The first thing you're going to do is cancel your trading day. You are not trading today. You cannot trade if you can't focus and you're already sad about something. What happens if you do trade is that sadness comes out and it gets triggered a lot easier, which creates an action. And one small action while you're on the chart, one distraction can completely change your trading day. It could literally change your discretion, your ability to focus, obviously, and your efficiency and your skills at trading. Like, you just won't be good. So step one's completed. You recognize the problem and you didn't trade. Now, what you want to do is go about your day. Fix the problem. Try not to take any crazy actions that make the problem worse. And feel the emotion and allow yourself to feel it and then let it pass. My bad. I don't know why I was looking up. But yeah, allow yourself to feel the emotion and then let it pass. Just let it go. So now, you didn't trade. You already won that day because even if the chart had a perfect setup for you to take and you would have won, you probably wouldn't have taken it the way you should have. You might have not noticed it because you just weren't 100% there. In trading, you need to be 100% there all the time if you're on the chart. So now comes the next day. You wake up, you eat a pretty good breakfast, get your mind in the right state. Before you trade, your main goal should be to mentally prepare yourself for the trading day. You cannot watch a show that creates a whole bunch of emotional swings because then you're already going to go into the trading day more emotionally vulnerable and smaller things will affect you. So maybe just scroll on TikTok. Don't do anything that creates too many negative emotions because a show could be sad, spike your cortisol, and that will carry into your trading day. Eat a nice breakfast. Put yourself on a good frequency. You want to start off the day well, especially before you trade. This is the most important part of the day. You need to be mentally ready before going into the trading day, and you need to be mentally at your best. So now, you hop on the chart, and you're ready, You're in there, and you're analyzing, and you wait for like an hour, catch a perfect setup, you take a loss. Now you feel frustrated. You just wasted an hour of your time. You lost money and you didn't make any progress. You didn't move closer to your goal today. At least you don't think you did. In your head, you probably think you moved further from your goal. You probably think, damn, now you have less money. Now you're further from where you want to be. But that is not the case. You're actually closer to where you want to be if you close the charts right after that loss. Your emotions are already triggered. You're already not in the right mental space because you're thinking about the loss. You will no longer be at your best on the chart. So any trade you place will not be 100% you. It'll be 70% you and 30% of your emotions. So if you lose that trade, it gets even worse and worse, and you can possibly end up getting the worst possible outcome. So just close the chart. Do what's best for you. Okay, now this is the part that most people mess up on. People will try to deny the emotion. People will try to pretend that they have no emotions. They're the best day trader ever. Losses don't matter, whatever. That is not true. The loss affected you and you know it. You need to be able to acknowledge that emotion, feel it, but then you have to let the emotion go. Just let it pass. Say goodbye to that emotion. Or else the emotion comes back when you're on the chart the next day or the day after or the day after. But the emotion will come back if you do not acknowledge it, feel it, and then let it go. Here's how we go about that. You're gonna journal. You're literally gonna journal. Right after you hop out the chart, you're angry, you're upset, write it down. I want you to start writing as aggressively as you can. Get your pen, click it, and be like, oh, I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm stressed, I'm bothered, I'm scared, whatever. All those things. And then you gotta say, fuck you. You're gone. I'm done with this emotion. And like, just let it go. You felt it, and now you're releasing the emotion by saying, fuck you, goodbye, you're gone. And then, to top it all off, rip that paper up and throw it in the trash. Feel the emotion as you rip that paper up. And then what you're gonna do is tell yourself that you are good at what you're doing. You're gonna remind yourself of what you're capable of. Because you most likely are actually good at trading. You probably do have a good strategy, but your emotions are what's holding you back. This video is at least for someone who has a strategy and their emotions are holding them back. Or if someone just wants to learn what to do when the time comes, because it will come. You will feel emotions when you trade. You will have setbacks. It's what you do when you get in the setback that brings you closer to your goal. If it's your first time, that might have not helped too much. But through time, that actually helps. And if you believe it will help, it will help. So be vulnerable and be ready to do something like that. Now what you're going to do, I don't care what diet you're on, you're going to find a way to do it. You're going to eat something you enjoy that day. Why? Because you have to be in the right mental space the next day. So what you're going to do is maybe you'll go to the gym, or maybe right after you'll have a snack you like, just like a little treat, you know, a reason I'll get off the chart. So you did your journaling, you did exactly what you had to do, and now you're going to eat food you like. It doesn't even have to be unhealthy, but you have to do something you like. You have to spike your dopamine. So any way you can, literally go for a walk, anything. I do it with food, and I go for a walk, and I watch my favorite show. But you can do it however you want. What that does is it creates a detachment from the outcome of your trading. Because why would you care if you win or lose if your life is so amazing outside the chart? Why do you care what happens when you're trading if no matter what, you're still going to have a good day? You get where I'm going with this? It creates better discretion, less attachment, and better emotional control. Because why would you act irrationally if you have everything you want, you have everything you need? There would be no point of doing something that could only pull you back. So now you go about your day and you had an amazing day, right? You went to the gym, went for a walk, ate foods you like, spent time with people you care about, hung out with your girl or boyfriend, whatever. Now you go to bed, and you have to go to bed on time. You have to get your 8 hours of sleep. So you go to bed, get your 8 hours of sleep. You wake up in the morning, do your morning routine. One thing I recommend for your morning routine is journaling, but not journaling how you feel. Journal your dream life from morning till night. Write down the details. What car do you drive? Where do you live? Who's with you? What friends do you have? What do you do with your friends? Things like that. Feel the emotion. Try your best to feel the emotion and visualize as you write. This is really important because it aligns you on the frequency with the best version of yourself. If you're going onto the chart as the best version of yourself, you will trade as the best version of yourself. It's crazy how it works, but it truly does. And doing this has incredibly impacted my trading and made me the amazing trader that I am today at 19 years old. So now you hop on the chart. The day before, you dealt with the loss really well. Maybe you feel a little bit stressed still, but you already acknowledged that and you already acted on the emotion, which is you journaling. So You're going to have a lot more control over your emotions today because you did all that work yesterday, and this morning you aligned yourself with the best version of yourself. So don't entertain that stress. Instead, go onto the chart on the best frequency, maybe listening to some house music, maybe listening to jazz music, anything that gets you aligned with the best version of yourself. And now you trade, and guess what? You get break even. Sucks, right? Or you get break even, or you take a loss, or you win. But since you already dealt with your emotions yesterday perfectly, you're not gonna react how you used to, at least not after you repeat this process multiple times and practice it, because it is a skill to control your emotions, so you need to practice it. But I promise you, through consistency, when things like this happen, when maybe you win and you want more money, because you are probably gonna see another trade, maybe you want to take another trade, or you lose and you want to take another trade, or you break even and you want to re-enter that same trade because you believe in it, but your rules say you can't. So guess what? Because of the skills that you developed through all that practicing, you close a chart, you eat something you like, and you have a really productive day. And you do exactly what you should. Because who knows, what if you won, entered another trade, and you lost? You can never truly tell. So the best thing for you to do is just hop off, and on the next day, you'll be able to trade because you didn't blow your account. You actually have an account to trade because you followed your plan. You stuck to your rules because you learned how to control yourself when you feel emotions. You're not controlling your emotions. You're controlling your actions when you feel emotions. So cope correctly. Deal with your emotions. Acknowledge them, feel them, and release them. And then feel the emotions that you should be feeling, which is contentness, happiness, and gratitude. Those three emotions, if they're carried into your trading, you will trade efficiently and the best you possibly can. So even if you are not profitable yet, even if you don't have a good strategy yet, when you do, if you're always on this good frequency, aligned with these three emotions, when that good strategy comes and your skills actually do get good, you won't have to worry about the emotional part anymore, which is the biggest part. Learning the strategy is easy. So once you learn it and you have your emotions under control, you will trade amazingly. I promise you. You will be profitable. Obviously, if your strategy is good. So come up with a plan, stick to it, write it down. You have to make sure you write down your not emotions. Make sure you write down your rules. And now with all these tools that I just gave you, these coping tools or whatever, with all these resources, you will go into the chart as efficient as you can, and you will be the best version of yourself. At the beginning, you might not notice a difference, or you might. For me, I noticed it pretty quickly as soon as I learned how to deal with my emotions the correct way. Don't binge eat, by the way. I know I said eat something you like. Don't binge on things you like. That won't be good. That'll create guilt and more stress going into your trading day. But eat a treat you like. Be controlled. Build that controlled habit throughout every aspect of your life. Stick to your routine. Stick to your eating plan. And you will stick to your rules, which is one of the main parts of trading. And also, dealing with your emotions doesn't just help you stick to your rule. Having self-control is not the only thing that makes you profitable. It's also good discretion. Because yeah, you have a strategy, but you also need to be good in here. You need to be efficient when you're on the chart. Through experience, your gut will dictate a big part of your trades, to be honest. So to have a good gut that doesn't make you take the wrong decisions and is actually doing good for you, to have that good intuition, that good discretion going into the trading day, you need to be good mentally and you need to be on the best frequency. That attracts the best results. That makes you the version of yourself that you were journaling before you traded. So do everything right. Deal with your emotions correctly. Go into the charts as the best version of yourself. And I promise you, whatever outcome you want will come through time. But right now, you have to carry yourself as the best version of yourself. The one that has the outcome that you desire before you even have it. Keep moving forward. Stick to it. And I promise you, you will reap whatever results and outcome you desire. I'll catch y'all in the next video. And this is how to cope with your emotions.